Well, it looks like getting rid of everyone is the way the Rangers feel is best to move forward here. So the New York Rangers announced today that they have fired head coach David Quinn. He's out now. He was making $2.4 million per year. He still has 2 years left on his contract. He's making pretty good money for a guy that just started in the NHL. Usually college coaches do, because college guys get paid more than, let's say, a guy that was coaching in the OHL or the American Hockey League. So you got to pay them more money to pull them out of the college ranks, I suppose. For me, this is a bit of an unfair firing, in my opinion, just because of the fact that did the Rangers actually think they were going to finish in the top four in the Eastern Division? I mean, the only team I could have really seen them beat out was probably the New York Islanders, and even they're a tough out to knock them out of the top four, but they're not better than either one of the Capitals, Penguins, Bruins, or Islanders. Like I said, if the Rangers were in any other division in this league, they would have made it this year, especially if they were in the North. They probably would have got in at third or second even. But they just had the unfortune of the draw, and they happened to be in a really tough division, and David Quinn takes the fall for it. But in fairness to New York, they have missed the playoffs for 3 of the last 4 years, and the year they did get in wasn't under normal circumstances. We don't know if they would have made it had the 1920 season finished up in a normal manner. And for the Rangers, David Quinn, he could never get this team, I find, to defend properly. And I found that, they would still give up too many shots, too many chances, and maybe the coaching staff, the management staff that fired him is looking at that and saying, well, maybe that's a concern for us going forward, like giving up a lot of shots, a lot of chances. New York's goalies have been some of the busiest ones over the last few years, and that didn't really change when David Quinn got there. I still found they were very leaky defensively. Yes, they had a lot of offense, a lot of good young talent coming, but I think if they want to make the playoffs next year, they're going to need a coach who's going to make these guys play good, solid defense and shore up the leaks they have and giving up so many shots and chances against. And will David Quinn coach ever again in the NHL as a head coach? I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, probably. I still think he's a good coach. I don't think he's a great coach, at least not yet. And, for some of the reasons that I named off. But for David Quinn, if he can maybe change up a couple things in his coaching style as far as X's and O's go, he could be doing really well for himself going forward if he can land another job. I don't think he lands one right away. I could see him maybe coming back or going back to college maybe. He coaches a few years there. Maybe another team scoops him up from that, or he becomes an assistant coach somewhere and, he builds a really good rapport there and they scoop him up from another NHL team, a team that wants to hire him as a head coach going forward. But please let me know what all of you think in the comment section below about the David Quinn firing and, who will the Rangers hire here. There's some intriguing names. Maybe John Tortorella comes back to New York. Who knows? That'd be pretty interesting. Gerard Gallant, too, is another name on the market. There's a few up-and-coming college coaches, even some guys from Europe, so who knows? I have a feeling New York's going to want to go with a more experienced guy, so maybe they go with a Gallant or a Tortorella. Who knows? But let me know all that and more, like I said, in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe and share this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.